Alright, what's going on, boys? I'm gonna start streaming more, so I figured come out with the first video. Um, Figure we'll just do some daily news, so check out some of the headlines going on in MMA. I guess we could start. Let's go on Parry Punch real quick and just see the stories. Alright. Scroll through here. Okay, so Kai France is out of his fight against Manel Kopp at UFC 293 in Sydney, Australia. And this is Kopp's third consecutive opponent to pull out for a fight. So we'll see if he can get one booked, but we're less than a month out from this fight, like 3 weeks now. So, yeah, about 3 weeks. PFL champ Anthony Taylor, sorry, Lewis. Lewis Taylor, he put real fighters aren't pulling out. 3 weeks left to recover because of a concussion. All right, so, yeah, Kai France basically said that he suffered a concussion in training, and after talking to his coaches, he made the decision to pull out. So we can actually listen to it right here.
Just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. So unfortunately, I've had to withdraw from my next fight in Sydney, Australia, UFC 293. I suffered a concussion over the weekend at training, and I've been speaking to my coaches, my team, and my family, and they all think it's the right decision to put my health first. Just want to say sorry to all the friends and family that bought tickets, flights, accommodation, all the fans that were excited to see me fight live. I'm gutted that I won't be a part of this card. It's been a tough week with my second son being born, as well as me pulling out of this fight. Mixed emotions, frustrated, but I've just got to focus on the positives and just spend time with my loved ones. So I appreciate the ongoing support, and we'll be back soon. Much love.
And then Kopp, of course, responded. He's always going after his opponents for pulling out. Rightfully so, in a sense. I mean, it is part of the game. And let's not forget, Kopp had to withdraw from one of his fights because he popped for Turinabol. So, can't forget that, Kopp. But yeah, your last... he's had 5 fights fall through, and I believe 4 opponents have fallen through. And that wasn't due to his fault. Just the Turinabol was due to his fault. And full disclosure, he was back fighting a few months later. And I mean, so I don't know what the fuck's up with that. I got to look into that. But I think it might have been maybe a false positive. I don't know. Maybe a supplement contamination of some sort. But just putting that out there for the record. But this is what he had to say. Kai France, you piece of shit. You come to my Instagram saying you better show up. And now you give up the fight. You fucking coward. Another one. And then he said, I'm collecting bodies without even having to put the sword in their hearts. This is definitely a mental game. And he has 3 weeks to recover if this concussion really happened, you bastard. Yeah, but if it's a real concussion, 3 weeks. Actually, shit. Johnny Parsons, I'm going to post a clip on the YouTube channel soon. It's on his main interview, but Johnny Parsons got concussed before the Contender Series. And that's one of the things that took him so long to kind of get back into the UFC and make his UFC debut, which just happened like last month, was that Johnny suffered a concussion in training for the Contender Series fight. He took that fight anyway, won it, but, went through a war in that one. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. And when he was training for his debut, he got that booked like right away, like maybe like a month after his Contender Series fight. While training for his debut, he was having other issues, so that's why he pulled out of his debut originally. His debut fight originally took so long. He took like over a year to come back after that, and it's because he needed to let his brain recover. So saying that Kai can be back within 3 weeks, no, if he really did suffer a concussion, it's the right call. Whether it's Kop's third opponent to pull out or not in a row, it's the right call. So obviously you got to pull out if you suffer a concussion. Obviously Kop's upset, but there's 3 weeks left. We can find an opponent with 3 weeks. I mean, Ian Gary just found an opponent in 1 week. So that's one of the stories. I'll keep you guys posted if Kop gets a replacement. That card is looking rough, by the way. Let's look into that. UFC 293. I don't know if you want to buy that, boys. I'm just putting it out there. Let's see. Tapology is even more updated than fucking the UFC's page. Let me see. I mean, obviously, Izzy Strickland, you can just buy it off this alone, but yeah, look at this card. Izzy Strickland. Good fight. Wouldn't rate it above Suga Aljamain, though. Tuivasa Volkov. Good fight. Justin Taffa, Austin Lane. That's getting rebooked because Austin Lane poked Taffa's eye. That got rebooked. So, yeah, this will be ran back. But the fucking runner-up for the co-main is these guys for an Izzy card. I don't know what happened. And then you got Tyson Pedro fighting a Contender Series vet who I believe is 0-1 in the UFC. 0-2. Damn. I didn't know he fought in March. Tyson Pedro's on a rough one too. He lost to Modestus and he hadn't fought for like 6 months or something like that before. He's not on a rough one. It's just that Tyson has a lot of potential, but he doesn't seem to fully reach it. Like these 2 losses, all of his losses really, Ilir, Ovens, Mauricio, these were supposed to catapult him, and he didn't capitalize. These 2 guys, I mean, come on, 7-5, 18-13. It's kind of what I'm talking about. Anyway, to get back on track, it's kind of a rough card. The pay-per-view is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like, oh shit. Manel already got a new opponent. So Manel's going to be fighting Felipe dos Santos now. So there you go. He's back on the card, 7-0 flyweight, making his UFC debut. He hasn't fought in about a year. 22-year-old kid fighting out of Diego Lima's gym, Charles Oliveira's gym. Okay. 7-0, 1, 2, 3, 4 finishes. Not bad, not bad. All of them are, what the hell? Oh, 1, 2, 3 finishes. My bad. 7-0, 3 finishes. 3 submissions. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the fact that this is going to be the pay-per-view opener, kind of a shit card. Maybe I'll go to the bar for this one, or just stream it on my phone. Okay. Back to it. Volkanovski says that the Aljamain Sterling fight won't be happening after losing to Sugar Sean O'Malley at UFC 292. He reacted to it, and I don't have the video, but this is what he said. He said, you got to feel for Aljo, man. I mean, what does he want to do? He's definitely going to want that rematch. It's a big, big fight. Him versus me, that's not happening. You never know. If he would have had a big win, he could have took Ilia Tupuria's spot. So, yeah, Ilia Tupuria's been a little bit quiet. And with Aljo getting a win over Suga, Dana White already confirmed that Aljo can get that next fight. So that's not happening, but a little bit obvious. I mean, who expected that to happen after he lost? And then this one's funny as fuck. Suga says that a reporter asked Sugar at the post-fight press conference, he asked if he beats Chito in December, would that mean that they need to do a trilogy? And Suga said that actually the Suga State Athletic Commission cleared that, so they won't. That doesn't exist on his record anymore. So here's the video of Suga saying that.
No, it would be 1-0. I feel like we've never even fought. I'm not. When I count my record of 18-0 now, you know, that's not even, that Chito fight's not even on there. That's not even a. It's nothing. The Suga State Athletic Commission completely cleared that of everything, and that fight never even happened.
Yeah. So basically, Suga's not going to give Chito a trilogy if they rematch, or when they rematch, because Suga believes that fight never happened, and the Suga State Athletic Commission cleared it. Couple thoughts on this. One, hopefully the Suga State Athletic Commission can fucking talk to USADA and get Conor McGregor on the card. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Let's make me a little bigger here, huh? Yeah, so hopefully they can get like McGregor on the card. That'd be kind of sick. So call for the shout out to the Suga State Athletic Commission. And side note, Chito or Suga was on his podcast and he was saying that he's kind of annoyed with how Chito and all these other guys are calling him out. In fact, because Suga's crew produces good timestamps, we're gonna pull it up. So if you want people to look at your stuff, put on timestamps because it makes it easier. And I'm talking timestamps like Suga's podcast.
Wow, mira esta selección. Losa, madera, piedra, laminado, vinil y esta es
Sorry if you hear the fucking fan. There's nothing I can do about that. It's my laptop. Responding to Chito and Henry. This was funny.
Could scream and it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah. No, I think I remember being blacked out and hearing about that.
Just a little preview. He's just gonna call out Chito and Henry for basically Chito's like calling him out, not fully disrespecting him, but he's just super confident he's gonna get the fight. And I guess Suga doesn't really like that he's just acting like it's a given. He wants him to kind of beg for it a little bit, I guess. And then Henry, who's just been completely disrespectful, calling him like a trans Barbie and shit, which you'll see. He responds to that and he tells him to basically call him daddy or he won't get the fight.
That was last night though. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I didn't drink.
I
Well,
didn't see that. Send me that shit.
I
That's
didn't-
probably,
I
is it
didn't
funny?
either. Me, Arthur came up, fucking Jimmy Gambles, Kyle came up, and we sipped a couple Happy Dads. I didn't even finish one, I don't think. I was like, I'm not really going to drink. It's fucking 5 a.m.
Gamble
But I
was
had a
giving
couple.
us a show.
Yeah, Gambles.
Could scream and it was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. But that was good. That was good. Yeah, trust the process, man. That's what I got written down here. Trust the process. And then the Chito thing worked out nice. Chito beat Pedro. But Chito, he needs to fucking settle down a little bit. He's like, I'm ready to sign a contract. I'm fucking next for the line. I'm like, chill, bud. I finished Pedro in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
You went to a decision in a boring fight. The only reason you wouldn't get a title shot after that fight if it wasn't for me. So you need to fucking settle down, or I'll pick Henry Cejudo. And don't think that I don't have the power to fucking pick who I want to fight right now.
I mean,
So you better fucking go on Twitter and say, Daddy, will you fight me? And I'll fucking think about it. But you need to settle down acting like you call the shot right now, because I'll go box Gervonta. I'll fight Henry. I'll wait for Corey. You need to fucking chill out with your ugly ass outfits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's acting like, oh, yep, I'm getting the title. He's like, title shot next. Fucking, you need to settle down.
Yeah.
Put some.
Oh, I bet. Imagine Henry in his little chair.
Oh, his little chair with his little fucking clothes on.
Just probably.
Oh,
like,
he's so mad.
Probably like flexing, pissed with his Olympic gold medal.
Oh, so
knowing Aljo
fucking-
dumped him 4 times.
I know. I told him though. I genuinely told him, like, if you want to come down to Peoria, I'll work on that.
No,
that
work
overhead-
up. No, that's
that
real.
takedown defense.
You
that
can
single,
teach him
you
the
know.
wizard. You can teach him a limp leg. You can help him a lot with his footwork.
Just like, yeah, because
His
he
stance,
not to get in
his
the
chin.
get in the center of the octagon, but
And
yeah,
a lot of his timing, punching back. There's a lot you can help Henry with.
and I would.
Yeah.
I genuinely would help the little guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I sent that invitation off, but I wish there was a video, and there probably is. Remember they took a video when I fought Peter Yan and his wife. She was going.
Yeah.
You remember that? I guarantee they have a video, and they don't want to post it because they were fucking. He probably hit her. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But he's probably so mad. He probably.
The video exists, and we will pull it up. The Mac. So far, I'm loving the streaming, boys. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even really a stream, but it's a streaming vibe.
Henry's so mad I won. Look at him. Look at him. He's so short. He's so mad I won. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How'd he catch him? Look at him. He's not happy.
He's pissed. This is why you can't be a hater, man. I swear. But I'm gonna be honest. I'd be hit this way if Ian Gary became champ, because Ian Gary, man, that's another video. But Ian Gary, holy shit, Ian. Holy shit, Ian. That's all I have to say, really. Ian Gary.
Henry's so mad I won. Look at him.
All right, just finish up this clip.
Punched a hole like really low in a wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can you imagine?
Oh, he's probably not happy.
Oh. And Darren Till, he said, bet everything you own.
No.
On Sean.
On Aljo?
Yeah, Aljo's going to take him out easy in the first round.
Oh, man.
All right, so that's kind of like what this morning's news was, but let's see what's going on right now. Damn, Maryna Buena Silva popped. Let's just see. Okay, so we covered that. UFC Sao Paulo looks like it's got 8 fights for it. Volk's injury update, by the way, I could just tell you guys. He says that it's going good. He's progressing. He's like weight bearing on it now, but he's not punching and stuff like that. So the weight bearing is just kind of like a part of the progression. Obviously, after surgery, you can't just like bear your weight on it. So he's probably middle ground of it. Well, let's just see too in the fight text. But I watched the video earlier, so I know the gist of what he said. What's next for me? Aljo, if he was to win in world fashion and called his shot, he could have stepped in front of Ilya. Ilya's been pretty quiet. I thought he'd be chirping, wanting to make sure he gets that fight. Obviously, I want to fight as soon as possible. I'm able to do a fair bit regarding the elbow. I'm already able to post with it. I'm not punching with it yet, but I will be. I'm staying fit, doing strength, doing everything I need to. I want to be back in there before the end of the year. Islam's fighting. I want that rematch, but he's fighting in October, so I want to fight before then. I don't want to fight early next year. If I was going to wait that long, it may as well be Islam, but I don't want to wait that long. So, Ilya, keep running your mouth. I like it. Makes me want to punch you in the face even more. So, I mean, he's ready to fight probably. If Islam's fighting in October, he wants to fight before that. That only leaves September. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about here. He probably will most likely fight in December, Volk. I want to be back in before the end of the year. He wants to fight before October. Already in August. Izzy's got September booked. There's no contender for him. So, probably December. Throw him and Suga on that December card. Who headlines? Probably Suge. Maybe not yet. No title defenses, maybe not yet. All right, so it's the elbow, my bad also. Elbow, not the hand. But let's look at... Oh, there's quite a few good things. Okay, so... I gotta know about this real quick. Maryna Buena Silva, to all my fans, it is with deep regret that I have to announce I failed a drug test that I took the week of my fight against Holly Holm. I want to begin by saying I have never in my life taken a substance to enhance my ability in or outside the cage. I have tested positive for a substance that is consistent with the prescription medication I take for my ADHD. I have been dealing with this disorder my entire life and it affects me in a multitude of ways. I have provided a plethora of documents and explanations to USADA and the Nevada State Athletic Commission detailing the disorder, the effects of the disorder on my daily life, and my decision-making in the ingestion of the prescription medicine. I am fully cooperating with USADA, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and the UFC to make sure that all information is available, and I fully acknowledge the presence of the substance in my system. I discontinued this medication at the beginning of the fight week, like I always have in the past. So while it appeared in a small amount in my system, I am told by experts that it would not have an effect on my in-competition performance at that level. Please, before you make any judgments, understand that I have been dealing with this my whole life and I am devastated that this has happened in my career. I look forward to coming to a resolution and putting this behind me. I look forward to fighting again for the best organization in the world. I am the next champion and I am ready to fight. Damn. Alright, so a quick story about that. I've fucked with Adderall in the past. I don't have ADHD, but obviously, you know, a lot of people take Adderall when they're in school and stuff. And yeah, I had a friend who had ADHD, and I took Adderall a few times from him. And I would always take it when I needed it. But one time, this is what I'm getting to, is that I took it before jiu-jitsu one time, and basically I was able to beat a purple belt as a blue belt who I'd never really beat before because of the Adderall. So it definitely helps for sure. Hard to say, but I think it's hard to say, but it definitely helps with the thinking process. It gives you like kind of some crazy cardio in a way, I would say. It's like your brain, the anxiety in your brain that might happen from not being confident or something that kind of gasses you out. You just feel smart and ready to go with the Adderall, and you feel like solution based. So Adderall is definitely not something that fighters can really be taking, I think, before fights, because that is a fucking crazy advantage. You know, it's like this game is problem solving, the smartest person, the best thinker, and Adderall is a thinking drug. So just a little lesson or a little story from that. I fucking used to like train with this older guy who had been training forever when I was like 22 or something like that, and I'm 27 now. Or I think I might have been like 20 at the time, but yeah, he fucking would always beat me because he started before me. But I remember one time I showed up still kind of like spracked off Adderall, and I beat him. And actually I kind of like outdid him a little bit, and then he faked like I injured him, and then he like kind of stopped. We stopped the roll. But you know how that might happen sometimes, like when you crush someone's ego in a way who's not like equipped for it. So yeah, I kind of like basically I like sweeped him or some shit, and he was fighting so hard to not get swept that like he did have to get swept, but he acted as if like, oh, I could pop my leg or some shit like that. But just a story on that. Couple side notes on this is I believe that you're allowed to take Adderall, like as long as you disclose it, you're allowed to take it. So I'm curious if she has disclosed this in the past. She must be, because she gets drug tested. But yeah, if you disclose it, like Kevin Lee got suspended because he took it out of competition and he didn't disclose it. So that's the problem. But if you disclose that you have a medical condition, you can take it, I believe. And then like Myra's saying, you can basically get off it a week before the fight and make sure it doesn't show up in your system then, I'm assuming. We're going to look at USADA's report real quick. just to get, both sides of the story. Damn, so Myra hasn't even been announced yet. Okay, so she's not on here. Neither is D-Rod. I wonder if it's because they're appealing. And these are sanctions. That must be. Yeah, that must be it. Okay. So I guess there's nothing to see here. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what the report is on here real quick. She failed a pre-fight drug test. Okay, so no real info as far as what might happen to her. We just gotta let it play out. Except Silva has a meeting on the agenda for Nevada State Athletic Commission on, I don't know if I said that already, but on Thursday in Vegas. And she'll likely receive a temporary suspension while her case works towards a resolution. So maybe there will be a sanction or something like that at that time. But right now there's not. So moving on. Oh shit, my bad, boys. Here we go. Damn, that's fucked. Tony Ferguson has no plans on retiring. This guy, huh? Tony Ferg. I have a thought about Tony, and I have a thought about Tony and Aljo that I'll kind of get into in another video. But a little teaser on that. Just respect to Aljo, man, for taking that fight against Sugar, because he could have easily, Sugar was that money fight, right? And without saying too much, Tony missed out on his money fight, right? Never got it again. And now he's stuck. So I'll make a video about that later. But I haven't sparred good since Barboza or Thompson. 2, only time I find myself in a cage is when I fight. 3, since pandemic, none of this shit has been fun. 4, I used to smile a lot more when I was competing. 5, been so busy taking care of others instead of myself. Continued. 7, created boundaries between those who are bad for me. Structured myself so I don't make the same mistakes. No, I'm not retiring, and fuck those who think I should. 10, I have work to do, and I'm one pissed off motherfucker. Champ. Alright, I'm just gonna share my thoughts on Tony. Tony is such a know-it-all and so uncoachable that I don't know if he'll be able to make a comeback, because here he is saying, look at all these excuses, Tony. You haven't sparred good, okay? Now you never fight in a cage. Since pandemic, none of this has been fun. I used to smile more. Been so busy taking care of others. Tony, all of this stuff is you. You should be sparring in a fucking cage, but you're not coachable. Number 1. You should be sparring anyway. You should be having coaches monitor your sparring. And you haven't sparred good since Barboza or Thompson. That's close to a decade ago. maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Then you got pandemic is none of this shit has been fun, dude. I mean, it sounds like something for you to figure out because the pandemic's been over for a hot minute. You should smile a lot more. But bro, you are so uncoachable. I don't know if someone could help you with that because really, bro, that's one of your biggest problems, Tony, is that you are like so negative about shit. So negative, and that's just like a terrible mindset to have, and it'll block your blessings in a way. And just being so rude to people, I would really stop that because that's why you're not happy, man. I know people like that. It's because you're so fucking rude to people. And you wonder why you're not happy. Like, just be nice to people, man. Be the bigger person sometimes. Like, you are the badass in the room, right? So, I don't know why you have to have a chip on your shoulder with around everyone. Been so busy taking care of others. You gotta focus on yourself, man. I mean, if a million people wanted me to take care of them right now, I wouldn't. Created boundaries for those who are bad for me. Good. Structured myself so I don't make the same mistakes. Good. No, I'm not retiring and fuck who think I should. You structured yourself, dude. Who you need someone to help structure you. I feel like. I have work to do. I'm one pissed off motherfucker. I would stop being pissed off. I would stop being pissed off, Tony. And just be grateful, man. Be grateful of your opportunities. And like, this is the thing is Tony like builds his little gyms with like these little bars and shit and like puts off his punching bag and like, you know, there's this little video, but I'd really like to see what this whole room looks like because is this all that he's got? Like just the stuff that he built right here? Like probably a speed bag in the corner somewhere? But where's his coach? Right, guys? Where's his coach? Because it's cool that like he's doing that, but that like reminds me of one of the and it, not that he looks bad in any way, but that reminds me of like one of the videos O'Malley puts on fucking Instagram, like fucking around. But he does like he's got real training to do, like Sugar, and that's just like a little video for the fans, but that's not his fucking training. He's got like Tim there. Making sure like this is something Tim mentioned that for their training camp in their gym in Tim's like MMA gym there's like a corner where they got really padded mats and there's like a little corner and they would rotate wrestlers on Sugar and he would have to get out of this corner or try to maintain right on his feet fighting while he's in this corner, and that was Tim's idea. Tim was facilitating that. So you look at Tony and it's like, this is why, man, because you need somebody to tell you what to do, but I don't know if you'll let anyone tell you what to do. And we'll go for the last story of the day, boys. Let's try to find like a good story. I'll give you guys this quick one. Who's on this card? We got okay, so Blades versus Jailton Almeida. Good fight. And then Fakhrin Dinov is going to fight Elizeu Zaleski. And then, let's see here. Vitor Petrino versus Modestus Bodauskas. And then Denise Gomes versus Angela Hill. And Rodolfo Vieira versus Armin Petrosian. Kyle Browlo versus Nursultan Ruziboev. Rodrigo Nascimento, Dante Almays. Is it a heavyweight fight? And then Elvis Brenner. Ooh, Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovics. Keep an eye out on Elvis Brenner, boys. If you remember him from his last fight, you already know. If not, look him up. Elvis Brenner's last fight. Go look it up. Beast. Trains with Charles Du Bronx. Alright, let's just get one last good story for the day. A little 35-minute video. Topology. Oh yeah, and our boy, my boy, Rich Ramirez is gonna, dude, that's the second fucking time I've done that. Mitch Ramirez is gonna be fighting next Tuesday on the Contender Series, and he'll be taking on a Brazilian too. His name is, where is it? August 29th he's fighting. Mitch Ramirez is going to be the first fight of the night against Carlos Prates, 16-6 versus 7-0. Mitch Ramirez, dude, it's like a tongue twister. It's not my fault. Mitch Ramirez, he has 6 stoppages in 7 wins. And let's see, he's got fucking KO, submission, KO. 4 KOs, 2 submissions. Well-rounded fighter. Training out of Syndicate. Dating Cynthia Calvillo, former UFC fighter. Former Team Alpha Male fighter. Cynthia, of course. And then he's got an amateur background too. 5-0. KO. 2 decisions. Submission. Another KO. Just to break him down, Mitch has been fighting his whole life. He's from Utah. Got addicted to fucking, I believe it was like meth. Went to jail for robbing his drug dealer at gunpoint. And his homies who he went with snitched on him. His co-defendant snitched on him. So he did time in jail. Go check out our interview if you want to learn more about him. But he did a good amount of time, man. And he came out. He's making the most of his life. And he rehabilitated his mind in jail. It's actually one of my favorite interviews I've done. And it's extremely underrated. But Mitch Ramirez, dude, check out this guy's story before you watch his Contender Series fight next week, and you won't regret it, man. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite interviews I've done this year. But because he's not in the UFC, a lot of you guys haven't seen it. So this guy was fucking addicted to meth, needed drugs, robbed his fucking drug dealer with his gun. He stole his drug dealer's gun, fucking robbed him. And then he ended up getting caught up with the 2 people he did it with, and his co-defendant snitched on him. He got like 5 years or something like that. It's been a minute since I rewatched it, but he got like 5 years or something like that. At like 20, dude. This guy was young, and then after because how old is he now? 30. So he like 25 or 5 years, I think. Anyway, he got out, saw the fucking guys who snitched on him at a gas station, or at least one of the guys. And I won't spoil it for you, but he saw one of the fucking guys who snitched on him. So go watch the interview and find out about that. But this guy, he fucking saw the guy who snitched on him at a gas station after he got out of fucking jail after doing 5 years. You know how fucked his life could have been after that? After getting out of jail, how fucked his life could have been. And then he runs into the guy who snitched on him. So go watch that fight, man. Or go watch that interview. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Last story of the fucking day, boys. Okay, I got a good one for you. Okay, here's one. Michel Pereira's moving up to 185 after he missed weight for Wonderboy Thompson. Finally. All right, that's a good fight. The Canadian Marc-Andre Barrios, Aaron Jeffrey and him are boys. I believe Mike Malott and him are boys too. He's cool with all the Canadian fighters. I believe he trains out of Florida. Marc-Andre Barrios will welcome Michel Pereira to the middleweight division. There we go. Yeah, just change divisions. Oh, nice. Sadiq Youssef and Edson Barbosa is expected to be on there. That should be a crazy fight. Okay. I definitely want to see Sadiq Youssef and Edson Barbosa. When is the last time Sadiq fought? Does it just pop up here on ShareDog? Yes, it does. Sadiq hasn't fought in about a year. 11 months. Who's Don Shamus? Jesus Christ. Yeah. They just signed him for Sadiq. Okay, boys. That's all. I appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks for fucking with me. Thanks for fucking with Parry Punch. Go check out that Mitch Ramirez interview before his fight next Tuesday on Contender Series. You already know he's going to get a contract.